Hello and welcome back to Moment of Growth and Transformation with your darling host, Tosin Opeoluwa. In today's episode, I'm going to be talking about how to have a difficult conversation and in a dynamic way. Because here is the thing, if you are really going to fulfill your purpose, if you're really going to experience the transformation you need in your business, in your marriage, in your relationships, in your parenting, then there's a need for you to know and learn and understand how to have a difficult conversation. Without difficult conversation, it's not going to be easy for you to experience the productivity that you need in your organization, in your marriage, in your relationship, and even in your parenting style. One of the problems that make it difficult for people to have this serious conversation with other people is because they have not been able to develop a very wonderful relationship with other people in their life. Not everybody should be your friend, but at least you must develop a level of relationship with them. So if you want to know how to have a crisis-free relationship, I want you to watch the video here and it's going to tell you more about that. So let's dive into it.
The first thing is, after we have looked at this, so now we understand, we have empathy, we have removed noise, we know the environment is okay and the location is okay. The next thing we need to do is, one, prepare the person. You prepare them, you send them a text, you can email them. After you have done that, the next thing you want to do is to choose the location. Now that you know that you have a good location, then you can choose to have the location. You can even ask them, do you want me to meet you in your office? Do you want me, if you're couples, do you want us to sit at the dining? Do you want us to start when the children are sleeping? You have to look at these things before you start the conversation. And most importantly, make sure you're not hungry, because when you're hungry, you're vulnerable. At least me. I don't want to be hungry when I want to have a serious conversation with people. So make sure you are in the right state of mind and right frame of mind, and you prepare them and you choose where you want to meet. 3, greet each other warmly. Put every problem aside. The first thing first, the most powerful diffuser of any trouble or of any problem is tell them what they do well. In therapy, most of us who are therapists, people find it easier to trust us, to like us, because we validate them. If you do the same for your spouse, for your friends, for people around you, if you validate them, you are going to diffuse the issues they are having with you or with any other person. You're going to diffuse them easily, aka validation. Number 4, the next thing you want to tell them is what they do can cost you and how you feel. Why do you need to do this? For example, in the organization, as a result of them not responding to a customer, you lost the contract. Right? But because this person used to be a high performance person, you don't want to just drop them. You don't want to send them away, because most of the time, firing people is actually not the solution. You can actually talk them into understanding the mission, the value, or remembering their why in the first place, the reason why they took up that job in the first place. If you can do this, you will fire people less, you will have low level of labor turnover, and you will have more performance-oriented people, and you'll be able to actually be more productive in fulfilling your organizational goal. You can also let them know what it costs you, even if it's in a relationship. Say, for example, your partner made a very wrong investment decision and it impacts your finances. You let them see how it impacts the family finances. Not that they really do not see it, but if we call their attention to the effect on you, using the word me, on me, this is what I feel, this is what happened makes me feel like this. Next thing we want to do, we now want to tell them what we want. You can say, going forward, let me know when you are going to make such decision again, or let me know if you will not be available to complete maybe the supply, so that another person can take on the job or continue from where you stopped. And then the next thing, which is number 6, is wait for their perspective. Response is very essential. And when you are waiting for response, try not to predetermine what they will say. Try not to bring up what they've done before. Try not to become defensive. It might be difficult, but if you become defensive, you are not going to get the results. But if you are going to get the result, remember, if you're going to get the results, remember you need to maintain this consistency. Now, the truth is, you might have all these skills, learn these things, know how to present difficult conversation, but then what about the other person? So that is why you should get ready for their response and not be willing to start defending the situation or defending yourself. Say, for example, somebody can tell you that I was unable to actually do the supply because I just filed for a divorce, or I just have an emergency to go see my dad, something happened, or maybe I have to put my dog down. So allow the person to respond, to tell you the reason, and don't tell them that their response is not tenable or it's not okay enough. Always remember that the essence of this conversation is to have a resolution. Sometimes it will not lead to resolution, but 90% of the time, always allow it to lead to resolution by your response. And it's okay if they feel withdrawn for some time, but it's also very okay if you choose to draw them in. You can, ask them about their family. When you see them the following day, ask them, how are things going now? Do you feel okay now? Is everything going well? Like I said, developing relationship with people in the first place will help you to reduce the inability to have difficult conversation with them. I always want to develop relationship with people, not only because I like people, but because I want to be able to have a productive people around me. And so if things are not going the way it should go, I want to be able to have the conversation with them so that we can have the results we want without grudges. Because of course, we should know that if we have grudges around us, productivity will be difficult. So I'm just going to recap. Prepare the person. Have a good location. Tell them what you have to tell them, and then let them know the consequence and how you feel. And you need to tell them that going forward, this is your expectation, and then wait for their response. If you want me to do a particular role play on this, you can let me know in the comment section below, and I will definitely do it for you. Let me do a role play of this for an organization. Hello, Dolu. I was told that you were unable to deliver the product to our customers yesterday, and the customer called and they told us that we are going to lose that contract because you did not call them. I have to start pleading with them to please give us 24 hours and we'll get the product across to them. I would like us to have a conversation about this. Can you please show up in my office after lunch? Now, what did I do? I prepared them and I told them to show up in my office after lunch. Now, I'm assuming that I have a good relationship with this person, so that makes it easy for me to ask them to come into my office. So now they are in my office and we are having that conversation. All right, Dolu, thank you so much for honoring my invitation and coming to see me in my office today. I like to appreciate how much you have helped this organization. Single-handedly, you have helped us to bring in sales of about $4 billion, and we did not take you for granted on that. And so I just want to say thank you. I see you, and you always know that I always appreciate you. Now, I understand that you were supposed to do a supply on Friday, but you left earlier, and so the customer called and they were willing to cancel the contract with us. Can you tell me what's happened? Now, I understand. I'm so sorry that you have to go and see your mom because she really needs your help at the time. I was hoping that next time, if there's a need for you to go and see your mom, I really feel bad that we are going to lose that much money. Oriental and Co, they are one of our best customers, and it won't be good for us to lose them as an organization. They are a very big and good client. I really feel sad about it, and I wish that it will not happen again. So going forward, if there's a need to go see mom, then please hand over to somebody else so that they can help us to handle the transaction. If you follow what I said and how to present it, you can see I wasn't blaming, and at the same time, I was showing my feelings of unhappiness about the situation. If you really want to make your organization grow and continue to have productivity, then you must be willing to have a difficult conversation. The same thing goes for, even if Dolu will be penalized, you are going to still say it the same way. Maybe Dolu will be suspended if you want, but I don't think that is up to that, because remember, Dolu already bring a lot of money for the organization, and that is the space of empathy. So if you're going to be a great leader that will continue to bring productivity in your organization, you must be willing to have a difficult conversation with your people. And much more, I want you to watch these videos on how to build a relationship, stress-free, crisis-free relationship, so that when it's time for you to have conversation with people, it's going to be easier than you can imagine. Again, my name is Tosin Opeoluwa. I'm a mental health professional and a certified transformation coach. And I'll see you in the next one. Keep becoming a better you, because things work when we work it. Bye for now.